Ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, favorite show, and that's the only reason I'm here, because you saw me like on the show.
Humiliating.
I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LNP. What does LNP stand for?
Late night play
Oh,
set.
yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, it's a good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Couple times. Star Wars? No, I don't.
You're not a Star Wars fan?
Oh, God, we're opening with that. Here, let's just do it.
Okay, there's things that we should have done first.
Well, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I just don't get it. Here, can we open with the bubbles, just since you're both wearing hats? I don't feel bad about soaking
There
you.
go.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Good evening. It is Thursday, October 20. She goes, you've done this a couple times before. Yes, but not. Here we go. Thursday, October 12th, 2023. And Jay Ryan, Nicole Ryan over here. We're sitting here with, excuse me, a very bubbly Sasha. And charging through, I'm calling you charging through because I love your damn car. Sasha's son's here. We're going to be talking to them in a couple minutes. But I want to do first, remind you all, woo, welcome back, that Nicole is using an orange microphone this month thanks to our friends at Telefunken because it is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. Obviously, we have the Autoimmunity Foundation. There are many, many organizations out there that are doing different things to try to fight multiple sclerosis. The bummer of it all is they're all kind of mystery fights because we don't really know what it is or where it comes from. So it really is a mystery. If it was like cancer or a broken arm or something like that, where they could be like, oh, there's your problem, we'll just go fix that. Perhaps, they could fix you. How are you doing? Your favorite question of the
Not great. It's gone in my eyes, so that affects my brain because I read everything twice, and that takes energy I don't have.
It's like creating dyslexia in your brain.
Yeah.
It's not jumbled, you just can't retain it, or is jumbled?
There's two versions of everything. It's like, and I have double vision, so that's traumatic.
Don't get MS. It's not fun. But it's not contagious, so hug away. That's the good news. Tonight we're talking about the LA car scene and car shows in general. We've got definitely an expert here, I would say. There's also an awful lot going on in the LA car scene these days. The Galpin Auto Show is going on this weekend. We're going to be part of that in the Porsche VIP display. I just got the email for that. Are you going to Galpin this week?
Cars and Copters is this weekend.
Oh, crap.
So
Everything's
this.
this.
Go out and support her. I know.
That sucks. You're right. Yeah. Oh, well. You can't do it all.
Well, you could just drive all over town and make it like spend 10 minutes at each place. Say, I'm there to support you, and later got to go by.
Here, bring that close.
Oh, thank you. There you go.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but that's one of the things with Los Angeles. We're so lucky, but like it's also kind of it sucks. It sucks because you're always letting somebody down.
Yeah.
And then it seems like, oh, well, so-and-so's standing over there now, and then it becomes political, and I'm like, I hate it all. So we're going to be talking about that tonight.
I feel like we have to address your non-like for Star Wars as well. What happened there?
Jumping right in.
Yeah.
I
should
didn't.
have known that before I came here. Like, I don't know. I feel like that should have been on the email. Like, just so you know, I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, you're welcome to bring it up, but Jay won't understand the references, basically, is what it comes down to. There are enough Star Wars fans on this show. Our producer, Mike, in Canada, who will join shortly probably, he is a massive Star Wars fan and collector. My childhood best friend, Steve Kaz, who's on the East Coast feed, huge Star Wars fan, has two of everything from when they were new when he was a kid, because he played with one and he kept him another one perfect on the card.
I feel like we should be friends.
Mint on card, I think it's called. So there's enough people that are into it. I never got it. I don't get it. I've tried to watch the movies as an adult, and I don't understand it. And the new ones, I am out. So don't get it. I know. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
But I don't have a problem with it. or people who like it.
All right. Okay.
Well, tell me what you like about it, since we're starting there.
It's kind of always been a fun little family thing that we've always like watched the movies. When my son was little and the new ones were coming out, which I will have to say, those three weren't great. Jar Jar Binks is the worst character on like the planet, but
Yeah,
you know.
and I think we're that was the current one for me in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was alive for the other ones, but very
So
little.
starting out there, I could totally get it because I mean, every second that Jar Jar spoke, I'm like, why?
Oh, no, I didn't
Why?
hang on. I was alive. I didn't start out there. I mean, like, all of my friends had everything Star Wars. They had the
Yeah.
little play sets and all of the little, the caves and all the different Star Wars, pew pew and all that crap. So I was around
You
it.
got the sound effects down. I mean, come on, you're halfway there.
It's humiliating. It's humiliating how much I don't know about Star Wars. Whenever it comes up, I show how ridiculous I am. It's a cultural phenomenon. Everyone should at least know the stuff. I did watch them all the way through like 10 years ago, maybe with you, and I was floored that, spoiler alert, that Darth Vader is kind of like a good guy at the end. Like he kind of shows, he turns around and he's like, "Oh, Luke, I was doing it all for you," whatever the heck. Blew me away. Blew me away. Had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Well,
What's
so-
the appeal for you? Was it, I mean, they came out in the 70s, but you were young.
Well, Princess Leia is like the coolest character ever. I mean, she's such a,
Oh, I
So
see.
Princess Leia's great. I don't know. It's such a, and I love Yoda. Like, I mean, I have
Oh.
little Yodas. Like, I mean, I have like collector sets of like Star Wars stuff. Like, we're a full on nerd family. Like, I found a Millennium Falcon just recently, in
Baby Yoda's
Melrose.
right there.
Oh, Baby Yoda. Like, I'm as nerdy as you can get on this.
Well, I am with some things. I just, Yoda is great because he's like the enlightened
Oh,
character,
yeah. He's so great.
Yeah, so that's fun.
And R2D2 is just so adorable.
I don't agree with any of this. I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree with any of this. R2 is cool. Beep, beep, boop. We love the Family Guy Star Wars. Totally enjoy the hell out of that. Half hour Star Wars. Boom.
Yep.
Totally in.
Those ones are pretty
Beep, boop.
Enjoyable and humorous. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. It's just maybe I'm not the market.
Why don't you
I'm
try
just not the market.
Mandalorian? See if you can start there.
Because hey, if you don't like it, try this other one.
Yes.
Mandalorian is like,
There's-
it's pretty good.
Right.
But you still have to live in that environment. I don't like living in that. It's a long time ago, but also in the future.
Sorry. Okay.
No, I know. I get it. I know. Cycles of civilizations. I get it.
That's funny. Okay. So what do you like?
Also, we grew up with Spaceballs first. So
Okay,
so
love
we got
Spaceballs.
the parody first. There's actually our entire generation. I think we got the parodies first of like our parents' the real movies. Spaceballs was hilarious, but then one day we saw Star Wars and we were like, oh, like every scene.
Oh,
very-
Spaceballs
this is
so
humiliating.
great. That's just comedic
Oh, yeah.
gold. I love that movie. Oh my gosh.
And all that nonsense is truncated. It's great.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
See,
I didn't even
here's
know-
like a true Star Wars fan, and all that nonsense is totally truncated. That's why we like the Family Guy one too.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch things that make fun of things you like too.
Yeah.
I'm always for a laugh. So even in the car world, no matter what car I'm driving, I will make fun of somebody else in an opposite car. Even if like I love the car, it's just to like create conversation and to have some fun.
Starting a little shit, stir the pot a little.
Always.
Okay.
Always. If I'm in a Ferrari, I'm like, Lambo people, can you, seriously.
That
If
is
I'm-
you. That is you. That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Always. Like, no matter what I'm in, I'm making fun of everybody else. They're like, don't you have that car? I'm like, yeah, I do. but
Two of those actually.
it's a little more fun to just play and, not take everything so seriously.
Amen. Yoda.
Yoda, right?
All right.
I know. They
So,
stole my lines.
If you're talking about like the messages from some of the Star Wars, overcome, and then the little one, and then the big empire. Of course, yes, it's all great. I don't need to live in that environment to get the story. That's all it was.
We'll convert you sooner or later. We're going to lock you
Why
in
does
a
everyone say
closet.
that? Everyone's like, well, all you need to do is check out the Boba Fett, and then you're fine.
Don't watch Boba Fett.
Not Boba Fett.
No. Boba Fett was not that good. Mandalorian was great. The new one that I can't say what her name is. Osaka?
Ahsoka.
I think my
Ahsoka.
friend's on The Mandalorian. I think I really should watch that one. I think he's actually
It's
in
That
it.
one's really good.
Really?
Like, if any of them could convert you, it'd be that one.
All right, see, here's a guy who knows how to talk to me at least.
Well, it has a lot of baby. I won't say the Yoda's name because I don't like his name, so I call him Baby Yoda. And the Baby Yoda on the Mandalorian.
Isn't that what everybody calls him?
Well, the Grogu thing. I know I hate it.
No, everybody calls him Baby Yoda.
Because the name is horrible.
I don't know.
Spoiler. Well, it comes up in season 2, I think, right?
Oh, is it like Cosmo Kramer? Like we're not supposed to know for a long time, and then it turns out it's
It was this big moment.
Buddy
like,
Yoda.
I won't sit through all the episodes of season 1. So if there's a name, bring it.
The good news is, babe, after you get through the 9th Star Wars, you'll totally be converted.
Unavailable.
They're only like 2 hours and 5 minutes each.
Unavailable. Unavailable.
Someday we're going to come up to you and you're like, I get it now.
You know how that would be so great. We have created an entire segment on this show that we just started doing called Second Chance Theater, where it's the entire basis is I hate watch movies that everyone else loves that I never liked.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a list of them for sure. God damn you if I have to put this on it.
But there's some I'm okay. Like Solo, I didn't like. I didn't think it was really great. You know, it was kind of like whatever. But Mandalorian.
Oh, Han Solo. I get it. Sorry.
Yeah.
You should have seen me. Solo cups. So like I was going
Is
through.
there an episode about the red cups? It's a drinking game in Star Wars.
College kids love Star Wars.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
It's a whole new spin.
We're bringing them into the thing, and I go, oh, it's so small in here, whatever. She's like, well, I've been on sets before. She goes, I used to be on a TV show, and I was like, what TV show? And she
Well, I
goes to
did
tell. She's like, what
episodes.
TV show was I on? What show was that? Do you
And
remember?
you guessed it.
And she goes, she's like, oh, you know, the teen show from whatever. I was like, how long ago? Like from the 90s? She's like, yeah. I go, Sweet Valley High. She goes, yeah. So Sasha, also from Sweet Valley High, I should have mentioned.
But I only did like small little things like in the background and stuff.
Yeah, but I was on shows that way too. It was kind of fun.
It was fun. I didn't realize that you weren't supposed to talk though. So like the first time like I'm in the background and I'm like, we're in a classroom and we're walking down the halls and I'm like, hey, da-da. And everyone was quiet. I'm all, oh, I get it.
Because they're all doing it.
Yeah.
They're miming.
I feel like, you know, there should be things like before you go on a show, you have to mention you're not a Star Wars fan. Like,
Ah, jeez.
you know, there's just things that you need to know before you commit yourself.
You're right about that. About the like music. Whenever there's music on a set, that goes away
Yeah.
whenever it seems like it should be playing. It goes away because they have to record the dialogue, so you can't have the music playing in the dialogue as well. But you don't think about those things
No.
until you're living in that environment.
Because when you're watching
Saying that
it,
a lot
it's all
today.
loud. Like, why wouldn't the kids be talking in the hallway? I guess they don't. It's,
Yeah.
You know, now
Well,
my
because they
daughter-
put it in afterwards.
Yeah.
The post-production will put it in.
Well, my daughter is in film, and so I get to watch her, you know, do like different things. And she like every sound is created. Like the book coming out of the bookshelf, like that's a sound she creates. Like we've gotten really creative on like how can we make the French fries sound, or how can we make this sound.
Oh, Foley. She does
Choppy.
Foley work.
She does all of it.
Oh,
Like
that's
she'll
so
do like
cool.
the whole thing. So it's fun.
That's awesome. It used to be the Universal Effects stage across the street when I was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Do you remember that? Did you
No,
did you
huh?
grow up here? Did you live here?
Mm-mm. I just
Where
drove
did they
through
shoot
here.
Sweet Valley High?
I started in Bakersfield.
Oh, okay, but you're from Southern California.
Yeah, Southern California.
All right, I was making a Universal
Actually,
Studios
I started
reference.
in Lancaster to Bakersfield, and then
Didn't somebody just win the Powerball for 1.7 billion out there?
I think it was Fraser Park,
Oh, okay.
which is halfway.
Still Kern County? Not
Yeah,
quite.
It is.
It
It
is?
actually is Kern County.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. The Grapevine, Fraser Park.
This is a weird
See,
show
no
tonight.
more.
I can feel it. This is going to be a weird one.
I know everyone's like, why are we watching this show? You've learned so much Star Wars facts. Nothing about Bakersfield at all. And we've learned a 90s show. Okay.
Sorry, Tyler, making sure that mic's on. I think it's good. Give me a 1-2 there just to make sure.
1, 2.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
Might have been good before, too. I'm not sure. Probably not, though. 13 minutes in, figure we turn your mic on.
That's always a good thing. We're like, oh, what he said is worthy. Let's turn it on.
I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here. It was a surprise. You said, can I bring them? And I thought you meant to, like, just to watch.
Oh, well, I mean, they could have, but, you know, he just kept begging to be on the show. Yeah, right. I'm like, please join me. It's always fun when you have, like, a group and stuff.
For sure.
And he's been helping with the car shows and everything with me, too, which has been wonderful.
So this is actually good to
Yes.
have this perspective.
Yeah, he actually has information to provide.
A little bit. Yeah.
It's always helpful.
It is.
We
It
try to
really
stay
is.
informative. Can I tell you something that is a little bizarre?
Please.
I've been
We're gonna
getting
start now.
I've been getting messages all day. It's Good Vibes related, so it's car show related.
Okay, cool.
I've been getting messages all day because our buddy Reggie Watts was on Joe Rogan's podcast yesterday, and I guess it went up today. Apparently, he did a shout out to Good Vibes and to me and you personally. So I've been getting
that's
messages all
excellent.
day, and people like, I was still clapping in the car, and like applauding. So I just want to say thanks to our friend Reggie Watts.
Thanks, Reggie.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, that's quite a forum to be brought up even briefly on.
Huge.
So thanks.
Well, that is such a great, like, I mean, just, I don't know. It's hard to explain what Good Vibes is until you actually go up there. I mean, you don't have cell phone service, so we actually have to talk to each other. You know, no one's on social media.
Actually have to talk to each other. Gee whiz.
Yeah. But it's such a, like, cool environment. You have all different peoples and all peoples. Like, you have all different people in all different industries, like, just having a good time together. It's super chill, and it's such a great, like, place to just go and hang out in the morning. I love it.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
You
no,
always
guys
bring
do
you always
great-
bring a cool car to drive on the mountain.
It's so much fun. That I think the Integra has been my favorite drive up there.
It's one of the best cars that you have for the mountains. Small,
Yeah.
light.
Yeah,
perfect.
The freeway road on the freeway, it's awful. Like the Integra is the worst freeway like car.
Is it super
ever.
stiff and rigid?
No, it's just like
It has the gearing for the freeway is like terrible. I think at 80 miles an hour, it's at like 5,000 RPM. So
and that's my top gear.
Yeah, you're really cruising
Oh,
a bit lower than that, like 60 or
wild.
yeah.
So somebody did that? That's not how they were. Okay.
Well, they are pretty much like that, but someone geared it just a little bit different, so it's a lot more fun on the canyons. But
Gotcha.
it's you know, I have a heavy foot, so for me that's like, you know, going. I usually kind of will put the RPMs high, and then I'll put it neutral and like try to kind of go faster, just so I can go faster on the road. Anytime there's a
That's
little hill.
hilarious because you're restricted by your engine.
Yes. So I'm like, I'll just run in. So if it's down a hill, I'm like, I can cruise at 80 for quite a while because he gets mad at me. He was like, you can't run the RPMs that high. I'm like, I'll just get up to 100 and then I'll like kind of cruise for a while. It works. I get there faster.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's smart of you to know to do that.
I entertain myself
You
with
might-
anything I'm doing, I guess.
I can't imagine you can tolerate going 70 miles an hour for very long, considering the rest of your cars are capable of.
No, 70 is torture for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolute torture. Except the Rabbit. The Rabbit is like at 70 miles an hour, I'm terrified.
The Rabbit. You have a Rabbit?
I have an 87 Rabbit, yeah. The
Cabriolet?
cab. Yeah.
What? Is it
yeah.
white?
Oh, it's white on white. You know
Don't do this, Mercedes. Full on license to drive.
it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. With the
It's
black
fun.
bar and everything? Gosh. Is it a Wolfsburg edition?
No, it's not.
That's actually, I'd prefer the non-Wolfsburg
Single
edition.
owner.
And you.
And now me. He
Wow.
found it on Facebook Marketplace in Bakersfield.
And you're not the one owner.
I'm the second owner.
But did you know the first person when you were from Bakersfield? Because it's from that
He just happened to be
happened to find it.
weird. What year is it?
87.
Oh, so a later one too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's fun. It's super fun to drive. But it's, you know, at 80 miles an hour, it's, you know, you feel like you might die.
I don't know if I've gone in that actually.
May not even go that
That's
fast.
a little bit faster than the top speed I've been in it.
Yeah.
I could picture the convertible top cover just blowing off.
I know at
snaps.
65, you're like, oh my gosh, everyone's flying past you on the road. But I still have a smile on my face.
They must wave and give you thumbs up though, because it's just such a memorable, like iconic car.
Well, it's funny the different experiences when I take different cars to events. So that one, usually like if dads have like their daughters or anybody with them, they're running over and they're trying to explain to him like the story behind that car in the 80s. Like, oh, like, you know, this is the car that like the cool girls had in high school and I had one of these and I drove it. And everyone has a Cabriolet Rabbit story. It's pretty funny.
Plus, they were in the movies like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, License to Drive, we all saw that movie, and that was what Mercedes Heather Graham drove.
Well, there was even the, what is it, the one
Isn't
with...
it in Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The girlfriend in that does
Yeah.
too. Ronald's, girl. We just watched that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's in so many different movies. So it's a fun little, like, driving it down PCH, I'm just like, this is the life. Like, I'm so lucky that we can even be here. You
That's
know?
the right road for that car.
Oh, without a doubt.
PCH. Cruising. Cars and coffee.
Yep. It's fun though. I mean, we're so lucky in SoCal just even to have convertible weather, like, so, majority of the year.
Yeah.
We all have like people on Instagram. They're like, I live in Minnesota, so we have like this small window that we get to go out and enjoy. And you guys are in December, in t-shirts.
We're both from the Northeast, the New England area. So it was that you had to like winterize your summer cars. You'd have to put, additive into the fuel tank to put it in and throw it up on blocks in the garage and shit like that. I mean, if it was a collector car, because it was just going to sit.
Yeah.
It was going to sit for 4, 5, 6 months.
Not that problem here.
No. And we have a variety of every different type of driving here. That's the other thing. Like topography-wise, you want to go out into the forest, you want to go up into the mountains, you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the desert, pick it.
I think
Pick it.
about that California commercial all the time. They showed all the different seasons you could experience in a day. I think about that all the time because I'm like, yep.
They used to joke about the swimming in the morning, surfing in the afternoon, or vice versa. But it's like, it's not just doable. It would actually be very easy.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we have, Angeles Crest right here, the Malibu Canyons right there. I mean, we are just in the epic center of like some of the best driving roads in the world.
Yeah.
And we just have it here in our backyard. Like, how amazing is that?
Everybody with an Instagram who has access to this stuff becomes like an automotive reviewer.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild.
Well, and even the fact that, like, we make jokes that, we get to see, like, Paganis and Koenigseggs and all these crazy cars, like, in Southern California. I mean, some people just hope to see one of those in their lifetime. And
We're lousy
like,
with them.
Yeah.
We're like tripping over them.
Oh, right? Seriously. I mean, at
3 Huayras next to each other at Cars and Coffee.
Well, Cars and Copters, Amy usually has, like, 6 Paganis, like, all spread out, and then, like, 5, Koenigseggs. I mean, 2 Apollos. I mean, how many Apollos exist? Like, 11?
Yeah.
I mean, and there's, like, 2. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. It is. What does the rest of the world think of that? I mean, you're right, because they go, oh, to see one is like, I'm going to talk about that for the rest of my life. And we are like, seen it, driven it.
My buddy Tim, he's the one that will bring down like some of the Koenigseggs and Paganis to our Cars and Coffee. And, he's always so gracious.
Tim Cad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greatest guy ever. Don't tell him I said that. You can delete that out, right?
Yeah, we'll cut it out
Okay,
right now
perfect.
from the live show. No, I met him, I think, through Magnus maybe, because Magnus drove one of his cars on the next big
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got
So
it.
he'll bring him down, and he's like, kids sit in it. And I mean, I've seen like, kids like cry. Like this is their dream come true to like sit in that car, and they just can't even like handle the moment. I mean, it's, and here again we have it like that opportunity all the time.
We're like, oh, I don't like that one. I like the one before it.
Yeah, right.
I don't like how they changed that one thing.
I like the one with more carbon.
That's right.
I know it's a different world for sure. We're pretty blessed here.
Yeah.
I mean, we pay for it by living here for sure.
There is that.
It's not cheap.
There is that. But it does seem like I feel like for the most part, everyone is aware of how lucky we are. And there seems to be a general sense of gratitude about it, I think.
It depends. When I'm on the 101, I don't feel like people are grateful to be there.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
I don't know.
Perhaps more
Seems some
among the
crazy people.
car world.
Yeah.
Not just civilians. You're talking civilians?
They don't look happy. But everywhere else, yes. I didn't see a bunch of joyous people on the way here.
I'm sorry. Our studio is conveniently located for most people, but it might not be for you, actually.
Not, I mean...
You're
the
pretty
101
far away, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
sorry.
my village. It's like, I mean, the 101 has to be the worst freeway ever, right?
Yeah.
Like, people don't know how to drive on that road. I mean, you have Priuses in the left lane, like supercars in the right lane. I mean, I'm like so confused on what's going on.
I think I might agree with you. Like 20 years ago, I would have said, without a doubt, it was the 405. Period.
yeah.
The 405 is. I lived in the valley, not far from here, and I worked down in Manhattan Beach. It was like It was just you're screwed either way. And then they added a lane, and then they added a carpool lane, and 20 years of
It's not
construction.
too bad. I mean,
Somehow it's not as bad as it used to be. There are areas, but like the 101, 405, the backup used to be getting onto the 101. Now, onto the 405. Now it's staying on the 101, and you bail off to get on the 405. So what the hell happened that you're right? that the thoroughfare has now become the jam, the traffic jam.
Yeah, I think that so many people moving out to like Westlake and the Calabasas, and so maybe there's just so many people going that direction now. I don't know.
Literally just more traffic.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It does. Sure does.
I'll go with your answer.
Well, I guess I didn't realize. I mean, there's nothing but development out there. So,
Yeah.
of course, people are moving out there.
I love it. Westlake is like the greatest community ever. Like the food's great, the people are great, everything about it. And then we're right there in the basis of like Decker and Encinal and all those roads. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
heaven.
That's the best. And then you're in Malibu in 10 minutes if you want to
Right.
go down to get lunch or something.
And just great food everywhere, beautiful. Dream come true.
Fires? Are fires an issue out there where you are?
I mean, I've heard that we
Oh.
had some fires. Well, we're doing the Festival of Automobiles event.
Which
on
is why
October-
you're actually
which
here.
We're actually going to talk about stuff that, to promote that. But it's, we've
It's a
got
weird show.
nowhere.
Weird show. This is a weird show, and then this is a weird episode of this weird show.
So October 21st is we're doing the fundraiser for the Ventura County Fire Department's Widows and Orphans Fund.
Yes.
Because it's the 5-year anniversary of the Woolsey Fire. So that, I mean, really impacted that entire area, Malibu, I mean, everywhere. So,
I'll
and
say.
when I get my insurance bill for my fire insurance, I'm like, gosh, fires are an issue out here, I guess.
Did you not live there then during the Woolsey fire? Because
No,
we
I
remember
didn't.
we were there every week, just going to Malibu all the time, and I mean it was brutal.
We were in Valencia, and we moved there because there were so many, or moved away from there because there's
So
so
many
many
fires.
fires.
Jesus.
Like, we need to go closer to some fires.
And then even the people on the beach in Malibu weren't safe from the fire. So you think like, oh, the closer I get to the water, we'll be fit. No,
No. That's still like every time I'm in Malibu, I'm trying to imagine that fire there because it's such a, you would think.
Like, how did it get on fire here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really.
It was apparently just. Do you remember the videos of like people driving through
Oh.
it and everything? I mean, it was.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, it was so scary.
Yeah.
And
Fast moving.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It was kind of like a superstorm, like a movie, like it was alive and like gonna get you kind of thing. And it sort of picked like, oh, you, and you. Like that's how it seemed to pick the houses.
Yeah. There would be like one house in the middle of like a bunch of houses that burned.
Nothing else on
Yeah.
Point Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're
that
just
guy
kinda like,
apparently
how?
sat on his porch and watched it all happen. He didn't
Oh,
evacuate.
That's a good neighbor.
No. I don't mean that. I mean like everyone else
didn't try to get a
evacuated.
hose or
I think he
anything?
did what he
No.
could until he was sitting there prepared to die.
Oh.
And he didn't.
Oh, wow.
He like kind of gave it. He read the story, gave his story to the Malibu Times or whatever. That's the only reason I'm telling the story. I was taken by the story because I was like, "Wow, that is amazing." The guy gave in, and it was like a go read your Bible kind of story.
Oh, wow. Huh. That's
He didn't
crazy.
say that, but that's what I got from it. It was like a wow. Were you just like handpicked from God? This is a weird show. I'm sorry.
It's a Yoda moment. Gotta go back to Star Wars.
He even speaks backwards. It's all. Go ahead.
So we are having our event on October 20th. Okay.
Festival of Automobiles.
Festival of Automobiles, yeah. So we're super excited. The group I'm putting it on with, they're just a bunch of amazing people. Tyler is one of the ones that are helping us. Oak Grove Ranch, where we're having it, is like sensational. It's just the most beautiful facility you've ever seen. Tori from Tori's Garage,
Love.
Brian from Heinous Collection, Shannon.
Heinous?
Heinous.
Heinous?
It's his eyes.
No, I'm not making fun. I'm just asking. I'm
That's the way he says it.
Heinous.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why it's funny. I was just trying to. I
have
see.
no
Now I
comments
get
for
it.
it.
Heinous
I have
sounds
no-
like something else. Now I get
Yes.
it. Okay. Gee
You're
whiz.
saying it, not me. I'm just innocent.
I'm
here.
saying heinous, which is a word.
Yes.
I find it heinous that you are making it about another word. You-
So, we still have field tickets available. So all of the money
This
that
is
we're
a charity
it's
event.
a charity. So we don't touch the money. So basically, you register for the event. We'll send you an email. You pay it directly to the nonprofit. So the funds never touch our hands. You know, a lot of events in the car community have been accused of, taking the funds, not making it all go to the charity. So we decided.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard it.
I'm asking because I haven't. That's why I was asking.
So so that's why we decided, we're going to have this because even if we run it through like Eventbrite, it's like they take like $4,000 from the charity just to run the
percentage off the top.
Yeah, so we decided, you know what, we're just going to send people an email. You get the write-off. You make the donation to the 501c3. You can't say that we did anything with the money because we never even touched it.
They just show you a receipt or something?
Yeah, so they'll just show us a receipt. And then the charity's been really great about like sending us updates. So they created like a little link that says like car show. So they'll send us, an update of like who's made their payments for the car show. So It's going to be great, yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am. We've been working on this for...
long time now.
Yeah.
So
I mean...
It's been a lot of work, but I feel like it's all going to pay off. It's going to be a really fun event.
Awesome.
Yeah, we should have like 200 and something cars there. Up to 500 people are going to be at the event. So
Lord.
It's not small.
Yeah, no. That location is amazing. Isn't that the one that stepped in for Westlake that one time?
Yes.
The kids who do the Cars and Coffee Westlake?
It's the County Line. So
County
Brian
Line.
is one of the guys that's involved in County Line. And so they are just car aficionados and car fans. And when they heard what happened to County Line, they reached out to Brian and said, have an event here. And
Amazing.
Brian fell in love with it. We all fell in love with it. I mean, it's spectacular.
Wow. And that's how it came to be. And now they are hosting car events, and this is going to be the big one.
Yeah, they just kind of, they're like, hey, if you guys want to do something else, we'd love to do something for charity. And we're like, because that's a big part of a lot of our passions is like trying to give back in some way, but then still give a great opportunity and a fun place for people to go.
Yeah, you're still creating an experience.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. And that it's such a specific charity to the people of that area is very cool.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, if we were doing an event in LA, we try to do something that raises funds. Like, just last month, I did a charity drive for the LAPD. And so all the funds went to the LAPD Pacific Boosters Fund. We did a fun little drive downtown. And
the Pacific Division guys, right?
Right.
They're awesome.
They're
They're
so
awesome.
great.
And they're all car and bike guys.
Yeah.
It seems like the whole station, the whole department is.
Oh, and we brought in like Ruthie, the fastest, Koenigsegg, production car. So he came in. We had all these like, LFAs, everything. And the guys just, we all had a blast. Like when we were done, we were all hugging. We're like, that was the greatest. It was fun.
And I bet they really appreciated it.
Oh, yeah. We raised like $30,000 for them. So
I bet they really appreciated it.
Yeah. No.
Wow. What was the fund that it went to?
The Pacific Boosters, which is the cadet program.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah. So they got to take a lot of the cadets to Disneyland and do some special activities. Because if the program doesn't get funds, the cadets have to buy their own uniform materials and everything. It costs them like $400, which is a lot of money,
To try to be it, because you want to be a cop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this, kind of basically funded a lot of that and then allowed them to do some fun programs for the kids as well.
Super cool.
Yeah. Can I
Super
call them
cool.
kids? I say kids, but I mean, I'm sure they're adultish.
Well, they're kids compared to
18.
us, right?
Yeah, I know.
mean-
I say my kids make fun of me because I'll be all, those kids, and they're like, they're 24, Mom. And I'm like, kids. No.
What's the
Kinda-
cutoff? Where does the cutoff?
don't know.
I think does it depend on you?
I guess it's relative.
Yeah.
It's relative.
It seems like it should be.
Yeah. If I'm getting older, they're not surpassing.
Well,
Maybe
but
like 35. And I'll be all,
I
"Oh,
call
the
him a
kids."
kid.
Yeah. See, he's 28.
He is a kid.
He is a kid. See, so you're in my ballpark.
How old do you have to be before you start calling other people kids?
I don't know. I guess it's a maturity level. I don't know. Never.
Really?
Then I'm still a kid. I'm like so immature.
I mean, at heart, we all kind of are. I think that's
Yeah.
why we're all sort of in this circle, is we have that, whatever the kid thing in us didn't
Yeah.
burn out completely.
No,
We
not.
spent the whole beginning talking about Star Wars. So.
We're children.
Good point.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you really collect all the stuff? Do
Oh,
you
I
have
have
like
the-
stuffed Yodas and all the,
Oh,
whenever you see
without a
one, you're going to,
doubt.
I got to get that. Cause
Yeah,
it's
like I was literally on Melrose at that fair that they have. What's it called?
The street fair?
The street fair, and they had an original in the box Millennium Falcon. So I bought that. I was super excited. I nerded out totally.
Is that what you were talking about before?
Yeah, I have one.
So it's a real 80s
Yeah.
or 70s, whatever it would be.
Yeah, and then I got like I'll send you photos. I've got some
Please,
stuff.
please do, because there are people involved with this show who would love to see them.
Boxes of the water.
Oh, when I saw Star Wars water, I totally nerded out. My family comes home and they're like, why is there so much water? I'm all, it's Star Wars water. Come on.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dress up. I'm not that nerdy, but I do appreciate
Oh, boy.
a Star Wars convention. It's the
Ah.
best people watching of my entire life.
But you have gone.
We went. This is
Comic-Con?
last year. No, it's Star Wars only.
Oh, excuse
Yeah.
me.
We don't mix with others.
I see. What?
Oh, wow.
Where is there a Star Wars only convention?
It was in, where were we?
Like, is
It
it
was
better or
in
worse?
Irvine, I think.
Yeah, I think
at
we were in the Irvine area.
Like convention there.
At the convention center?
Yeah.
You're terrified for me, aren't you?
No,
You look so disappointed.
We used to have to go work Comic-Con every year, so we
Okay.
would have to go there with famous people, and to do that with famous people is a different experience. I can't, and really, really hard and crazy. I can't imagine going there and loving something enough. But you know what? It's the same thing as the LA car scene that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to see these things in people all the time, so we were a little bit jaded by it, I think, perhaps. And then
Right.
all these other people don't get a chance to go see their favorite celebrities or whatever. So maybe it's the equivalent.
Yeah, that's a good, nice analogy there.
Well,
We had our adult moment here. At least one on the show, right?
well, kind of, because I want to. When you're not one of the nerds, you want to make fun of all the nerds. But the truth is, we're all nerdy about something. It just might
Right.
not be Star Wars.
Yeah, agree.
I'm nerdy about all sorts of shit. Hello.
No, this is so cool though. I mean, for people that haven't seen this, you can't get the full perspective when you're trying to like watch it from a screen. Like this is so cool. And I love that. It looks like it's actually autographed by the people.
Oh, she opened that movie. Super bad.
No way.
Yeah.
Those are all real posters.
Yeah,
of
these are all people she
I
worked with. Oh, actually, they're all photo shoots she used
was
set
the
up.
best. Like that was such a fabulous. I mean, I laughed so hard through that movie. That was a good one. So good.
I agree with you.
Yeah. It was like comedic gold.
It's that generation's high school comedy for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
People, we took a bus around the country and people went nuts for that movie. So it rings true, what you said.
It was just so funny. Like the writing was so. The
Oh,
movie's
yeah.
very good, even if you don't relate to. I mean, I didn't drink in high school. I was never trying to go to a party. I didn't relate to any of those scenes, but man, it's funny to watch.
Yeah,
The kids
So
together.
my kids are here, so my son's here. So I didn't party in high school either. I just studied the whole entire time.
Oh my gosh,
And I had straight A's and just listened to my parents.
you were on Sweet Valley High. I heard. I got the digits on you.
But we actually we had an event in Malibu, and a cop, we get cops visiting our events, and he had the McLovin driver's license on him.
On him?
Yeah, like he puts it in his
Hilarious.
pocket, and he totally acts like he confiscated it. It was so
Oh,
cute.
that's funny. Like he's one of the cops from the movie.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna need 13 road beers.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. I was like, hey, I know that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What was the event in Malibu?
One of the ones we did at Zuma Beach.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that. But we have one that we're doing November 5th, too, at Haggerty Van Nuys, which will be great. And we're going to be collecting items for the LA Mission.
Oh,
So kind of a Thanksgiving food drive.
November 5th
Yes.
at LA. No.
Van
Is there-
Nuys, Haggerty on Haskell.
Is it the only Garage and Social now? There used to be one in Culver City, but that's not there anymore. Somebody just said the other day.
I heard that one was closing, but I don't know.
Okay, if you heard it was closing, I heard it closed, so it must
Yeah.
be true. Okay, so then the one over here that's Rod Emery and Patrick Long based, and it's right around the corner here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve runs that. He's one of the guys there. If
Steve Ellis.
Yeah, Get Behind the Wheel.
Love.
Such a fabulous
Love.
guy. Yeah. I mean, if you make that guy angry, like, I don't know what you've done, because I've never seen him with, like, out a smile on his face. Like, he's always
Ever.
in a good mood, always happy, just like,
I feel like something must have happened to him because you're right. He is such a lover where he's like overcome something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He does it with intention. It's not like, oh, he's just a happy-go-lucky. I think he is a happy-go-lucky guy, but he lives that way intentionally.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. He's just, like, you just can't help but smile when you're around him. He doesn't even have to say anything. It's just like, hey, and you're like, oh,
You're right.
day's better now.
You're
Yep.
right. And he's losing weight. He's doing like a program and stuff, so I think the smile's even bigger.
Oh, really? Oh, very good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he's just fun. He's just it's nice to kind of collaborate with people that are just passionate about the car community and everyone having a good time, It's like
Yes.
there's no egos. We just all want to have fun and all just, have just a good time together.
Oh, we are live here. I'm just seeing if there's any comments. Just excuse me. Just making sure I leave that open. They used to come to the desk here, and now they don't. I can't tell you
Probably
why.
people on there going, you don't like Star Wars? What do you like? What's like, if you were to pick, I'm taking over the interview now. So, welcome to my show. If you were to pick like your favorite movie, what would you say?
You know what? I literally said this 3 nights ago because we just watched a movie that I've always loved. But I when it was over, I go, not only do I love this movie, it may be my favorite movie of all time. The movie Contact.
Oh, yeah.
With Jodie Foster and
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
good
of other
one.
people. It just, for some reason, it hit right at whatever age I am now. It hit right the other day, and I've always loved it. And it was just so good.
Oh, wow.
Period-wise, I would go, Back to the Future is so great. I was involved with that franchise for a long time, so that one. Just quality-wise, it's so good. Ghostbusters for the same reason.
Oh, yeah. I saw your Ghostbusters thing in the room. I was like, oh, when I was trying to steal your Magnus Walker shoes, I'm like, oh, Ghostbusters is there.
Oh, good. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have a lot of Ghostbusters stuff. I mean, I built the Ghostbusters car, too, I think you know.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot more to come on that soon as whatever. We won't talk about it tonight. A lot of Ghostbusters news coming up soon with
Oh, wow.
Sean, me, and that car.
Now I'm really curious.
That's
Gonna
why all
have
the
to tune
Ghostbusters.
in.
That's why all the Ghostbusters stuff is out and in the other room there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. So you actually built it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Not the one for the movie.
Okay.
So that's probably misleading. We did build one later
I would
as
have
fans,
believed you. I would have
but
been
it
totally
ended up
there with it. Like, oh my gosh, you built the one on the movie too.
little
You
young
can
for
lie
that.
to me all you want.
We ended up using it for a bunch of stuff though when the original was just kind of rotting on the Sony lot. So we would use my buddy Sean's that we built together
Is that
for
the
all
Ecto
sorts
guy?
of promo stuff.
Is his Instagram like Ecto something?
No.
Okay.
No. His is actually sitting in the Hollywood Museum because we used it enough that it's sort of like a screen used car.
Oh, nice.
The Sony will never get rid of the cars that they have. They'll just keep them forever. So this was kind of the closest thing, and they have a bunch of other screen use stuff, so they wanted it for the exhibit. But it will be leaving the museum soon and going up for auction soon. That's right. Here's a little tease.
Oh.
At a high-profile auction. So more to come on that.
Is
And
that
with
part
that, we'll
of
be
the
shooting
cool
a lot of
picture, too?
content.
Same auction as the cool picture you have
Yes.
preserved in the hallway?
Yes. Done by Diego. That's called Happy Meal, and it was done by an artist in the Canary Islands called Diego.
It's so cool. I was like, oh, I got so sidetracked in the hallway. I'm like, this is amazing.
I used to have a picture of it here that I could pull up, and I guess I don't now.
Oh, you can just push a button and make the things show up?
Mm-hmm.
Technology.
I mean, we're shooting this whole show on iPhones.
Are you really?
Yeah, these are all just
Where
iPhones.
are they?
Everything with a number on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
Wherever the red light is.
Very cool. I want to know where the green dots are coming from. I'm so curious.
Really?
Yeah, where are they?
Space.
I'm like all excited to hear your answer. I'm like, where is it?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Whoop-de-daisy. Do you see my leg there?
Yeah.
It's underneath Nicole.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are they? They're
Yeah.
so pretty.
So anytime I walk by over here, it's a real show.
Oh. I got it now. Okay, very cool.
It's a very small space.
Yes.
We have to utilize the real estate down to every inch.
No, I love it though. It's super cool. I think everybody should come by.
You're hilarious. You're so funny. The new publicist for the show.
Yes, definitely. You guys do a
Um,
great job though. Super fan of like you guys. You guys are amazing. Honestly, I can't tell enough people like how you guys are so like just warm to everyone. It's really nice to have people like you kind of just out there representing the car community. Seriously, from my heart. I don't say nice things very often, so
No.
you got the one of the most.
Makes me want to cry. It's very sweet.
No, but honestly, you guys are. I mean, even the first time we went to Good Vibes, like it was just the vibe there was good.
It would be a little weird if that was what a bunch of dicks up here, man. Bunch of
Change that name.
just a dick show up here. Mile high and a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. I'm making jokes because I get uncomfortable when anybody puts praise on us, but it's the people that come up to it. I mean, yes, we are there, and yes, maybe we lead by example, but it's everyone else that comes up and then brings their ingredient to the soup.
But
is
I
how
think
I
if
look
you
at
guys
it.
weren't great, people wouldn't go. Like, I was talking to Steve about this the other day. I show up to events because of the people hosting it. If they're great, like I'll go to Haggerty because Steve's there. I'll go to, County Line Cars and Coffee, which is this Saturday in Westlake. And I go to that because Brian and Tony are super great. Like, that's why we go, is because of the people. If I go to Cars and Copters because Amy. I mean, that's why we go. So, unfortunately, the reason we go to Good Vibes is because you guys are there.
Aww.
Seriously. If it was the Dick Show or whatever you called it, are we allowed to say that? The people wouldn't go. It'd be you guys by yourself being mean to people. And then they would leave. You could take that a whole nother way, I know. But
Never going up there again.
you guys can just scratch this whole show and try again with somebody else.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Anything to get the praise off of us. Well, what else do you do? I mean, you collect cars as well as just throw car shows. You've got a very cool car collection.
I am so all over the place with my cars. Like, it's so funny.
Do we mind talking about it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So he's got, you want to talk about yours?
Oh, I just have like a 68 Charger.
Just.
Yeah, just.
It's built though too. It's badass.
A little bit.
I mean, I grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard. Okay, excuse
Yeah.
me. So I mean, I'm a Charger sucker anyway. But yours is awesome.
Oh,
There's
thanks.
two that come up to Good Vibes occasionally, and they're both built, and they're both just fierce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a little bit of work into it, so it's good to hear that. So,
How long have you had it?
geez, I think I've had it for like 10 years or something now.
You got it when you were 16, so 12.
Yeah, I lost track.
Did you see how I just did that math?
Damn.
A hot dozen. Now he was supposed to fact check you on this.
I know.
interview.
I thought that's the way we're doing it. Get your
Turning off.
yeah, seriously. And then you just got the Type S,
Yeah,
which you
I
love.
just got
Yes.
the new Type S.
Big fan of both your cars, actually.
That's
Oh,
like-
really?
I love it so much. It's really fun to drive.
I'm pretty sure that the first time I saw it posted was your mom's post when she took it out for something. You had posted and you said, "Oh, I'm driving the new for whatever reason. Oh, thanks, Charging Through, for letting me borrow your."
Oh,
and
yes, that's right.
So that's where I saw. And then when I confirmed on your account that it was yours, I was like, "This guy's got some taste," because classics wise, that's one of the best you can pick, and as far as modern cars, that's one of the best ones you can pick. Does she help you, or is this all on you?
A little bit. Tell them what you were going to buy.
Well, I was browsing around for cars for like a long time, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted. I hopped around from like E92 BMWs that were sticks, and then I was looking at Corvettes for a while, like
Ooh.
C6s and stuff.
Jesus.
So she hates those.
Well, so do
I
I.
don't-
The
yeah.
C6 is the one to get if you're going to get one, but I'm not a vet guy either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I have the classic vet, like the 61, but he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to get, what year were you getting?
It's like I don't know, 07 or something like that.
So we were going to buy him like the short cargo shorts, like the
I
New
had
Balance
the
shoes.
Oh, you're gonna do. You're
Get,
doing
like,
the whole
the
thing.
awards. Like,
She's
I'm
doing the whole thing.
Come on, like seriously, like it is. I mean, I'm sorry, like there is a stereotype, and it's pretty true. Like for the Corvette
I
people,
had a lawn
right?
chair picked out, I had the specs picked out, ready.
I was like, what are you doing? So then the Type S, and I was like, oh, what about the Type S? Like,
Yeah.
this is a great car.
As soon as I drove that, I literally got in it and drove it off the lot, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Just the feel of it.
Did they let you test drive it?
Yeah.
Oh, they had one there to
I
drive.
got it,
That's
so
awesome.
That's what sold me on it. Because seeing pictures of it, I wasn't the biggest fan of like the looks online and stuff.
Looks better in person, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, same. I agree. But
And in
Metro
every
Act-
color.
Huh?
And in every color, because I think like white is sometimes bland. That car, like many of your cars, looks bitchin' in white.
Well, Metro Acura like hooked us up on the car. They treated
Yeah,
us
they
like
were
royalty.
amazing.
Like when we went to go pick up the car, like the entire team was there waiting for us. It was like the red carpet.
Whoa.
One of our friends called and was like, hey, like I'm sending over my friend, Scud over on Instagram. He's like, I'm sending over my friend. You like treat them right, and they were so amazing. Like it was. We got the car with how many miles do you have on it?
10. I got with 10.
Wow.
They didn't even drive it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was crazy. I walked into the showroom and it was like right there in the front and side, and this like amazing experience. I was so happy with it. And everyone was super nice and helpful. It was amazing.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
not always the case.
Yeah.
Well, I know, I'm
never
like-
thought I was gonna buy a new car, but like I had amazing experience. So now the bar is like up here. I'm like, is this how buying new cars is all the time?
No.
You're gonna have to switch to the higher marks. It is at the higher marks, yeah.
Yeah, not all the time. Well, and then we have, what's the car we have in shambles? The
Oh, the
GT.
GTX.
What year is it?
70.
We have this like super rare
A
car.
Pontiac
that's-
GTX?
Yeah.
Plymouth.
Or Plymouth.
Plymouth GTX.
So
Ooh.
It's like luxury Roadrunner.
Yeah.
And it's this,
So-
has the six,
Yeah,
what
it's
is
a 440 6-pack with a 4-speed. It's like the only one made in that color. It's got like optioned out pretty cool to be. It was dirt track raced in Alaska, I think. It's been like all over the place. It's got a crazy
What?
history. Yeah, but it has the numbers matching block and everything. Like it's
Badass.
Yes, it needs some
needs
work.
a ton of work, but, yeah,
It's
that's-
literally in shambles, but eventually someday you might see that on the road.
being dirt track raced in Alaska takes a toll, I think, on the metal. So
Well, yeah, because it's not just dirt; it's dirt and snow, which means there's ice and salt and sand and yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
don't recommend those for cars.
You know, you're not supposed to buy a used car from Alaska generally.
They usually say, "Hey,
What year is it? 70s?
70.
Say yeah, buy a 1970 car from
Yeah,
Alaska.
it's in good shape." But then so I have the Acura Integra Type-R, the '98, which is such. I mean, it's so funny because when I got it, all my supercar friends were like, "An Acura?"
Oh, they
What?
don't get it.
They did not get it at
Mm-hmm.
all. Like they were so confused. And now like they've driven JDMs and they're like, oh, like even Vehicle Virgins, he just did a review on it. And he's like, I used to not get like the JDM. He drove it, he just giggled. Like, or you can't say a guy giggled. He laughed.
Sure.
You can? What,
I don't
what's
know.
the macho word
I say
to
whoops a daisies.
All right. But
So
you
I'll
like
definitely
Star
giggle
Wars,
for you.
so-
I agree. I mean,
Oh gosh.
I was kind of the same way. Like I didn't really get the JDM stuff at all, and
Yeah.
then I drove that car, and oh my, like VTEC is amazing,
V-
especially on the early like Honda cars like that.
And
That's-
the lightness for me, it's the lightness. They're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
built so light and capable, so they just whee all over the road.
fun, and the sound of the VTEC is just ridiculous. Like that's one of the coolest engine noises I think
Oh yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
Well, I would go on canyon drives, and like my friends would have like some multi-million-dollar cars like following behind me, and I would just bzzz through the canyons, and they're like, "Explain this to me!"
What
Like
are you
I'm
doing?
so confused.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it just looks like a simple little car, and then I just go.
That's
take
why
off.
it works. It is a
Yes.
simple little car. It's not
Yeah.
all big and complicated.
No, but it's a blast. Like I love that car. It's such a fun car to drive.
You must. Did you ever see the old? Are you a racing fan at all? Old racing?
Yeah,
Anything?
a little bit. Not.
Every once in a while, let's see the old racing on YouTube or whatever. And when you look at videos from like the 50s, the 60s, the days when they're open cockpit and the guy's got goggles on and shit
so
like that, right?
crazy.
The little Porsches are just going all around the vets and whatever else because they were just light and simple.
Yeah.
There was nothing to them. I mean, you weren't safe. If you
Not
wrecked,
at
you
all.
died.
There's no safety factor.
But they just, it was so interesting to watch them just kind of effortlessly drive around all of these other cars that are like huffing and puffing to cruise. And the Integra is like really, really similar to that, I think. And the roads we have around here are where it should be,
Oh,
the canyon
without a doubt.
roads.
Yeah, no, I just love it. Every time I take it through, I'm like, Instal's like one of my favorite cars,
Perfect.
roads to drive, and it's just like it flows so perfectly through there.
Yeah. All right, so there's that.
Yeah.
That one. What else?
Lambo
Which one?
Performante. I love that car. It's like, I don't know why. I fit in that car perfectly. The roar of the engine with the top down, like it just,
I feel like of all your cars, that's your personality car.
in my personality car.
That's the one where you pull up and like, oh, that's Sasha,
Yeah,
but that's the
that's-
Sasha face. And there's-
Well, and it's funny too because when you're in that car, like there's some cars I drive and people don't get out of my way. And again, I have a heavy foot, so like the Lambo, when I'm on the road, people actually his Type S people scatter too. It's really really weird. Or my
Is it because of the sound? Do they hear the noise? Because when you,
don't know.
it's not that loud, but when you get on it, it's pretty
looks
loud.
pretty aggressive in the front. I think it's the front ends of them look kind of. I have no idea. I don't know.
It's angular and stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
more than other. A Genesis is pretty aggressive in the front these days.
But it's really weird that certain cars, just like my friend Tori's, Tori from Tori's Garage, she has
Love
that
Tori.
cute little Ruby Star, or is it Ruby Star? Yeah. people get out of her way when she's in that car. They fly out of our way. I'll be following her in the Lambo, and they just jump off to the side of the road and let us by.
Is it
And
the color?
I don't know, but the Lambo, the same thing. Like, people get out of my way. They're just like, she seems angry and mean. I don't know what it is.
I don't want any part of this. Whatever's going on here. None of my business.
Move. I don't know. Female drivers behind the car, so they just jet. I don't know. But people, like, move out of our way. The Ferrari, not so much. Like, people, like, stay in my way. And I'm kind of like, but I want to go fast.
What is that?
I don't know.
So it's the attitude of each car that someone's judging a book by its cover kind of thing, and then they're...
Maybe.
Definitely noticed it, like in the Ferrari. It seems like less people move it out of the way than in some of the other stuff. Like, for sure, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Actually.
We should also say you're not one of those type people either.
No,
so,
no.
Because you got the Ferrari hat. I mean, the Lamborghini hat there. I just want to make sure.
I'm not one of the rubbers that try to shut down the shows. I'm the one that's trying to keep the shows open and bring everybody together.
If you just shut down a car show, then fine, you're an asshole for the day. It's the videos on YouTube of like, and then their car burns down in traffic in Manhattan.
Yeah, right?
Everyone's like, this fucking asshole, there's fire coming out. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
some of
sorry.
this stuff, well, even when people do burnouts, like the first thing I think of when I see people doing burnouts is that's expensive.
oh my God, right?
Like, so expensive. Like,
Especially
my
for those
pocketbook,
cars.
Right, hurts. I'm like, what are you doing? Tires or...
You're
and
like,
what if
oh,
you
2
can't
rears,
do-
that's $2,500.
Right?
Handcuffed too? Why?
Yeah.
Trofeos.
I mean, not just because of all the other things, but come on. That has to be so costly. I don't know. Is that bad? That's the first thing
And they're
I think.
365 wide, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, come on. You'll never see me doing a burnout. You know, one, because I'm just too cheap, I guess. I don't want to have to buy new tires. Some tires are on back order. What if I can't get them?
Are you? That's true. That fucking happens all the time.
I know. What?
That would suck if you couldn't drive your car because you couldn't
Yeah.
find tires for
Yeah,
it.
because I did a burnout one day and then like my car's off the, you know.
Right. I was a
for
jerk at the
6
car
months.
show.
Yeah. That should be the penance for it. You know what? You took down a car show with your burnout. Now you don't have tires for 6 months.
We're not going to take your license or your car.
You just get
Just the
no tires.
rubber. Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, we're going to enforce that. So how'd you burn up your tires so quickly? 6-month waiting list.
God, that's hilarious. Be easy to regulate too, because you don't have to sell tires to everybody.
Yeah, seriously, there is no rule.
Oh,
to
you
that.
just bought some. Sorry. And you have your friends buying tires. Hey, like, can you just go into this store and buy me some tires?
Hook
It's
me
been
up, man.
super bad. Yeah. McLovin, go buy me some tires.
Use another ID. Tell him it's for another car. It's a Hellcat. No, don't say Hellcat.
No, anything but Hellcat. What movies do you like other than Star Wars? Are you in that genre?
No, not. I mean, like Departed is like one of my favorite movies ever. Like
Excellent.
I absolutely love that movie. John Wick. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
not only am I like the biggest Keanu Reeves fan ever, I
We're pretty
love those
big.
series. Like I'm not
Tell
a
me
violent
why.
person, but
That's what I can't get over, the violence. We love him and want to like those movies, but it's so much bang, bang, bang and bunch and violence. Tell me why we should get into him.
you know what? I love how like they, it's so like the way it does it. Like the fight scenes last for the amount of time a fight scene should last, right? Sometimes I hate it when it seems so unrealistic in a fight scene, and when
It goes on for 26 minutes.
Yeah.
They're like, but we choreographed this whole thing,
Yeah.
so we got to show it to you.
And then all of a sudden they'll like tap him like this, and then he dies. Like it's just like, okay, come on, like that's not real. And just I love the story. Like I even love like that the homeless is like the network to keeping everybody informed, and like the fancy hotel has this whole underground, like everything about it. Like I absolutely love. And then okay, the first one, if you haven't seen it, is quite traumatic in the beginning, and I don't like what happens in it.
Like worse than Up?
Worse than anything.
Up?
Oh, I don't
RoboCop?
know.
I'm trying to think of the most traumatic scenes. RoboCop's pretty bad.
It justifies everything that happens in the movie. No, I don't
Do
know
they
about
kill
that.
his wife and kid? It sounds like one of those type things. And then he's got a vendetta. The whole Mad Max. They killed his wife.
Do I tell you?
Yeah,
Do I
yeah,
say
we're not
it?
gonna watch it.
Okay.
Spoiler.
So his wife dies of cancer,
Oh. Well, that's-
and she gives him a puppy, and they kill the puppy.
Oh. All right. Yeah.
And it's a cute little puppy.
And
Sure.
they steal his Mustang.
And they steal his Mustang.
Those are two things you don't do.
Yeah.
Mess with the
So it's
man's
so
dog
funny.
and
There's
the
this
man's
like,
car.
there's this scene in the movie, and they're like, what did you do? And they're like, well, or what happened, or what's going on? And they're like, he killed John Wick's dog, and the guy's like, oh, like they know.
Now,
Yeah,
total pass.
Yeah.
yeah, like oh, we get it. Like now, while we're in trouble and stuff. Yeah, have you watched them? Like to get like no.
No.
I don't even notice
You
the
kidding me?
violence in it. I think when I'm so into a
Well,
story.
what's the movie about? I thought it's all the trailers are nothing but I'm flying through the air shooting.
But they don't even have like a lot of CGI to it. Like even the
Every single one of the bullets I saw was CGI. None of those were actually.
they're really shooting those people. It takes a lot of people to make that movie. It's like just
So how long were George Lucas and those guys in space to shoot Star Wars?
Oh wait, I'm talking about John Wick. Star Wars is CG. Sorry, you switched movies.
No,
on
it's
me.
all right. No, it's all right. I was talking John Wick too. But every single one of those, it annoyed me that even any movie that's like a video game amount of bullets, I'm just like, what are we doing here? How good could this movie possibly be if
But
it's got
even-
infinite bullets?
But even the sets in John Wick and the places he goes are so cool. Like everything about it. Like I am so vested.
We have friends that we like and respect who are also into it. So I want to know what the hell it is. I don't think it's going to happen though. I think
I'm
we like
thinking
what we like.
We don't agree on movies. Well, no, actually, I agreed with you on Back to the Future and those.
Those
know.
were easy
You
picks.
just need
Those
to
were
change
not.
your taste.
That could be true.
No, I'm just teasing.
What? All right. You said Departed. That is an excellent film.
So fabulous. Every
People
time
get bummed that spoiler alert that so and so gets killed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Don't
he
you
has
think-
to. I mean, I don't want him to either, but he has to. He has to.
And every time I'm shocked that I watch the movie. Every
Really?
time it happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, it happened
Oh,
again.
the moment they get to
I
that
keep thinking
location,
the movie's going to change.
the moment they get to the phone call and he goes to the wrong building, but he shows up at the right building, I'm like, oh, from then on, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is it. We're almost done. We're almost done.
Oh, the cat. Well, and it's so funny because in it, I forget about Mark Wahlberg. And then there's that, the scene at the end, and you're like, that's right.
Makes
like,
it all worth it. That's
oh.
why the movie's
And
so
then the
fucking
little rat
good.
that goes across the thing, and you're like, that's so
The
brilliant.
rat.
Ah.
Fuck the rat.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Martin
good.
Scorsese is so brilliant. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's funny, too, because, like, I'm really not a violent person, but I do like violent films. But I also like... But Old School is one of my favorites. Wedding Crashers, movies like that. Like,
Old School's hilarious.
But then I'll also watch, like, Hallmark movies. Those are, like,
We're
my...
suckers for feel-good Hallmark, be a good person movies.
Right?
Sucker.
What is with those? Like, it's funny because, like, my husband or, like, my son will come in and they're, like, kind of get into it and they're like, this is kind of good. And
Yep.
I'm like...
The moment they start crying.
Oh.
The moment 5 minutes in and something I start crying, I'm like, well, I guess we're watching this.
I know. So again, I guess with my cars, it's the same thing. Like I have a wide spectrum of movies that I enjoy as well. I don't have a type with anything. I think I just like it all. And
That's
appreciate
good to
it
be
all.
so eclectic. Then you know that you're the things you're getting are the things you like and that it's pure.
Yeah.
Like just got to round out the collection here. Like no,
Right.
I like this because I fucking like this.
Right.
Excuse my language.
No, it's okay. I didn't know if you could swear on this, and I have a potty mouth.
Didn't
so
we
I
have a
didn't,
dick
like-
party before, a dick show or something? It's a
But
dick show.
But I followed it up with yours, so I felt like I was okay because you already said that word. We didn't go for the 4-letter other one, so I'm like, oh, which is such a great word: adjective, noun, verb, everything.
Which one?
Oh, can I say it?
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, I can.
I don't know which word you're talking
Oh,
about.
The F word. I feel weird.
Which
saying
one? She'll lean past the microphone to say it. That was great. She's like, it's the F word.
that.
You're a riot. I love hanging out with you. I know a couple times during the you're like, we never really hang out that much, but I feel like every time we do, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, without a doubt. No, you guys are a blast. Like, you're so much fun. Tyler's okay, but, we're good.
Last time we all hung out was all together
Yeah. I laugh so much with this
with
guy.
maybe
It's
with
so
your
funny.
dad too. I think perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he was there too.
I think we were all at
Yes.
in Malibu at Café de la Plage.
I,
Good vibes only.
The Good Vibes alternative.
Their food's delicious.
We love it going there. Like, that's such a great
The
place.
place is so cool just to hang out and stuff
Yeah.
by the fountain. That's a really cool little shopping center.
We loved it, and then it got really crowded at the end of the summer, and then we haven't been there in a couple weeks while we've been doing other things.
Oh, what have you guys been doing? Taking over the show again.
No, I was shooting a new car show that'll be out soon. I'm
Is
hosting
that
it.
the secret thing that we're not talking about, but talking about eventually?
Different.
Oh,
Another
wow.
thing. A lot of stuff happening. Different
Oh,
thing. Yeah, a lot of
good
things.
for you.
That one is a hosting show. So I was working 1 week on that, and then we went somewhere else. We went up to Newcomb's, I think, 1 week, and then and then last week we went to F1 at Sergio's. You know Sergio.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
And then this week we've got the Galpin thing. So like the Sundays have just sort of, the moment you're available, there's shit to do. There's 10 things to do.
There's always something to do in this in the car world.
I'm bummed about cars and copters. I love Amy too, and Johnny.
No, they're so great, and the show is just it's next level. It's
Do
the
you go the
epitome.
night before for the landings and everything for that cocktail party?
So
Do you do all
usually
that?
we do, and I have tickets for the landing party, but something came up, and I think I'm just gonna be there the day of the event.
Okay.
But it's my Brad, one of my friends, Lambo Man. He's has
You know
his
my
new-
Brad. You know my Brad.
My Brad.
That what
Did
you
I
said?
say my Brad?
Yeah.
I was gonna say my friend Brad, and then I didn't know how to do it. So yeah. But
Everyone knows Sasha's Brad. Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if I. So I have a lot of friends like in all the same name, but I don't think I have a lot of Brad friends. I think he's the only Brad
That
friend
might
we
be the
have.
only- maybe
I have
the-
one Brad friend. But if you go and you look at my phone like Jeff, it's like, Tim, Steve,
Oh, yeah.
But then Brad. So our friend Brad just got his new helicopter, so he's going to be landing it out there, which will be super cool. Lambo Man. He's a
What did he
Lambo guy.
get?
It's a
Lambo Man.
helicopter that flies.
Oh, you don't know.
Yellow helicopter.
Let me see if I can identify it. What's his name? Lambo Man?
Yeah.
Do I follow Lambo Man? I don't think I know Lambo Man. Lambo Man
really?
37?
Yes. I don't know. Is there a bunch of...
There is. I'm gonna follow him now.
35?
Well, hang on. Let me go back up. There's a Lambo Man. Oh, Yak. Lambo Maniac. Sorry.
Not that one.
Lambo Man. Yak. Let's just go back to the right one, shall we? Is it a new helicopter? There's all sorts of
Well,
helicopters here.
he kind of
Might be new to
fixed
him.
it up. Yeah, newer to him. He just picked it up.
There is an old classic Jet Ranger here that's yellow, white, and black that looks
That one.
sick.
That.
And it matches the Lambo, I see, yes.
Yes.
That's very cool.
So he's going to be landing
It's a,
that.
it's a Bell Jet Ranger.
That's what I said earlier, isn't it?
That's exactly what you said. Totally. Sorry, I
Helicopter.
love helicopters. Growing up with Airwolf, I love helicopters.
It's so funny.
This is
too.
the same as Santini Air, like the Dominic Santini, the red, white, and blue ones from Airwolf. Same type of helicopter. You don't care? All right.
I don't know what
This
you're
is
saying.
an American
is this
standard.
The way
I
you
would
feel
get in
when
this-
I'm talking to you about Star Wars.
I
I have
would-
no idea the words you're saying.
And this is present day. I would get in this helicopter any day of the week before I got in some of the new, more modern helicopters that
Oh,
are available.
really?
I don't want to say a particular manufacturer, but there is
Because
one.
they might
that-
sponsor the show eventually.
No. But he's got one of the other ones just on his page here, and I would never set foot in one.
Yeah, no.
Even
he
with a
loves
really good
that.
pilot.
That's been kind of like his dream for a while to have that one.
Has he always flown Lambo Man 37?
Sure, I think so. For
He's a
while.
public figure with no name.
Yeah. A lot of us that have car accounts, we kind of have like our Instagram name and just don't put our real names out there just to kind of.
I know you all say work hard, play hard.
Yes.
Like an hashtag blessed.
Yes.
All that shit.
All that shit.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of it too. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's just.
This
fun
guy
to be
says
able
work
to-
hard, play harder.
Oh, mine doesn't say that.
No, Lambo Man does.
He
I just
does
made the
work
joke.
hard. That guy is a
Exotic
very
car,
hard-working-
helicopter, and steak aficionado in SoCal
Steak.
and Orange County. Steak.
Oh, so this is why Lambo Man is like the best friend on the planet.
Free steaks?
Even better.
He'll
Have you
cook 'em
heard
for you?
of what's the place?
Frank's.
Frank's in Texas.
Musso
Which-
and Frank's.
There's a
Frank's barbecue, I think.
No.
which is one of like the most famous barbecue places in the world. Like if you watch the movie Chef, which you should watch, it's
Love the movie
fabulous.
with the
Yeah,
Favreau and the
yeah.
Cuban sandwich. I love that movie.
So they
It's a
go
great
to
movie.
Frank's to get the barbecue. That's where they go.
No kidding.
So Brad,
It's the food truck. He builds the food
Yeah.
truck. Yeah, it's a great movie.
yes, I love that movie. So Brad
Just reminded me
flew
I should
there.
download that movie.
There you go.
And Sweet Valley High. I got to get
Yes.
the DVD set of Sweet Valley High.
If you watch it really, really close. So Brad flies to Frank's and picks us up some barbecue and hosts a party at his house
You're kidding.
and brings it back for us. Do you know you have to wait like hours in line to get that food?
Well, but he flies there in his helicopter, right?
Yeah,
He just-
and then but they have it on whatever. He goes, I don't know what happens. It just ends up on my dinner plate. So
that's
all I care.
amazing.
Yeah, like the best human ever, right?
That's pretty awesome, Frank.
Yeah.
I like where you talk, Frank.
Well, his name's
Wait, did
not
you say
Frank, he's
Frank?
Brad.
Oh, he's Brad.
Frank's is the restaurant.
This is your Brad. Oh, your Brad. Lambo Man is your Brad.
Yes.
And then Frank is the
the
barbecue
restaurant
guy.
that you need to go to.
I'm sorry, Frank. Brad. I'm sorry, Brad.
We don't even know. Don't watch this. Don't worry.
It's a weird show usually. This is a weird episode. This is a weird moment in the weird episode of the weird show.
Oh gosh.
I'm so happy you're both here.
I know.
This is like, what a great way to wrap up the week. I mean,
I
like,
know.
whew.
We're gonna leave, and he's gonna be all, never again.
Oh, it's the
We're
opposite.
moving.
No, it's the opposite. Come back next week.
Yeah,
It's the
We'll
opposite.
just have fun all the time. You might lose all your viewers, but it'll be okay because we will have a fun time.
I think we'll be. Oh, you are hilarious. You posted the Magnus shoes. It's so funny.
I'm stealing those as I leave. You're gonna
That's
go in
so
there and
funny.
be like, "Where did they go? I'm sure they'll fit me."
As much as I would like to get, I would be like, oh no, she won't actually do that. It would be really funny if you did actually do that.
Well, now it's dare. You know what's my favorite holiday? April Fool's Day.
Really? Are you? Because you're a trickster.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
You prankster.
I love, like, I've had pranks that I've done that I've had like kids in multiple states praying for my family. No joke.
That's a fact.
It's a
actually.
fact. I have no limits to my jokes.
Well, I mean, we need an example, obviously.
How much time do we have?
Enough.
Enough?
Well, how long is this story going to take?
Oh, I don't know. It's a little bit.
That's fine. Go ahead. I'd love to hear this.
So
This aligns with your personality. I mean, you're so fun. Like, oh, you're a prankster too. That makes sense because I mentioned the shit stirring.
Yes. Oh,
I think we called it pot stirring. But
if
since we're
it's
swearing
anything
now,
that can get like a laugh. Like, I'm all for like just laughing and having fun. But we have a house.
that's the way we get along.
Yes.
I say stupid shit to get her to laugh. So for 2 seconds she doesn't hurt.
Oh.
And so then it became a perpetual, I'll just say stupid shit machine. I don't think you say stupid shit, but I feel like you
No, I
feed
do.
that same,
All the time.
whatever that is.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
if I go somewhere and someone's not laughing or smiling, or like you get like a waiter that's super cranky, I'm on a mission. Like, there's an ice cream shop we used to go to, like all the waiters were super serious. So we'd put money on the center of the table. It's like whoever gets him to laugh first gets to keep the money. Because it's like they were just like, thank you for coming. Welcome here. So we're
Like they work
so
at the
I-
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. So I would like, we'd keep trying and we're like, oh, I got it. You know, someone would usually win.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like cracking those eggs is it's a joy for you're not alone.
Yeah.
I feel like how are you when other people are awkward? When other people feel awkward, do you still feel awkward? Because I thrive when other people are like,
I
this is
know.
uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't
Oh,
know.
I laugh harder. When
I don't
say
know.
a
It feels
joke
pretty good.
that,
Just settling
like,
in.
Yeah. When I say a joke that everyone doesn't think is funny, I laugh harder.
Double hard.
Yeah, I'm
Totally.
like losing it, and then everyone's like, the joke wasn't even funny, but now everyone's laughing because the joke was so not funny that now it's funny, and then it becomes like the everlasting joke. Like, I mean, every time I'm in an airport, the duty-free joke is just just every time, and they're like,
Giving it
"Seriously?"
away.
Oh. But it's like my family's like, I've said it so many times. They're like, we know, duty free. And now everyone laughs. But it's like, we get it. Duty free. You know?
But
Like,
it becomes a grandparent joke. Like it's like a dad joke. Like you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
say it every time.
But to me, I'm like, what? They need to advertise it's duty free? Like, what else? What is everything else here? Come on, you know? And it just becomes like, you know, yeah,
Full duty.
full duty.
Full duty everywhere else.
Yeah, that one's not duty free. Don't go in that
Yeah.
store.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, if that's your thing.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, they give people options. Yeah, we will turn anything into a joke. Like, it's, you know, it doesn't take anything. It can just be a sign on the side of the road, and we will turn it and spin it, and all of a sudden we're all laughing and crying in the car. My mom doesn't laugh, and so she'll be like, this is not funny. You guys just laugh all the time. Like, she doesn't think jokes are
She'll
funny.
literally be like, okay, that's enough.
No laughing.
And then we usually just keep going.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have friends around me that don't like to laugh. Like, you know, we all just cry laugh all the time.
The Buddhists believe that when you die and you get to wherever you go and they talk to you for your exit review, they ask two questions, and it's, did you find joy in your life, and did you bring joy to others in your life? And I feel like if you're living that way, then if you're a Buddhist, you've got high fives all around.
I like
Not that
high
you need to
fives.
be a Buddhist to live that way.
I live off of Yoda.
He was for sure Buddhist. I
Is there
am.
a Yoda religion? I don't know.
I'm sure.
It's just the Jedi, right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Have you even
I just
seen Star Wars?
I gotta go now. Now you're correcting me. I'm joking.
I mean, for real. Do you like
Okay.
sports?
I love soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, and
I can't-
F1.
And F1, okay. So, but just F1, not racing in general.
No, more just F1.
Just F1, okay.
Yeah. No, but like soccer, oh my gosh. We had like 2
But do you
TVs.
know about it too?
Yeah.
Like you like it and you know about it.
I love it. We had during the last, what was it, the World Cup, we had 2 TVs in the house.
Oh, yeah.
So we could watch them both at the same
Simultaneous
time.
games.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you're like a sports bar.
Oh, we were diehard. We were like up screaming, like, oh my gosh, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like sports at all. I don't get it. It just doesn't appeal to me. I never did sports. I'm not a sportsy guy.
Sergio, don't invite him back to F1.
But no, I love F1. No, motorsports are great. I
kidding.
love
Oh,
auto
okay.
sports. But like, football, basketball, baseball. Oh my God, I don't get it. I enjoy watching hockey, which I can't describe or explain
I
why.
love hockey because
Live,
I
it's
am
just
a
amazing.
violent person, I guess, because I love like sitting on the glass and when they're like smashing into each other and pressing each other on the thing, I'm like, yeah.
It is fun if you're at a live game and right behind
Yeah.
the glass, for sure.
It's the best. Like I love hockey.
But somehow I know because I think of my disdain for the actual whatever's going on, I pick up on all this other weird shit of like weird obscure rules or, icing in hockey. Like I'll tell you all about icing or offsides and all these weird things. So whatever just happened in Star Wars happens all the time in sports. I was curious if you were into sports.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll be able to be like, oh, I think that's the Jedi
no,
there.
no.
I think what you're grasping for is the Jedi.
That's a fail. Star Wars fail.
The
I'm out of the fan club now.
don't you think that that's part of like maybe the mass appeal, certainly for the young boys, is the Jedi? That's the appeal to Star Wars. It's like, oh, I want to be a Jedi. I want to be.
Maybe. I mean, I think sometimes it's just kind of going into another world in general and just kind of fantasy, like the Harry Potter and all
Ooh.
of that.
You like those?
I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I appreciate the world
Okay.
type of stuff.
Yep.
Yep. I'm more like Super Mario Brothers. I'd probably like when.
I'd rather be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
When they opened up the Super Mario Brother thing at Universal Studios, I was like, no way. Like,
Did you go?
No, because I've heard it's not great.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't
Can I
imagine
say
it's
that
good.
here? Or they don't sponsor anything, right?
No, they're just
Okay.
across the street. I wouldn't think that one would be good, but that is why I was asking, because the other one was good.
really?
Supposedly the Harry Potter thing up there is like amazing. We don't get Harry
Star
Potter.
Wars Land
We
at
want.
Disneyland is amazing.
That is amazing. I have to agree with you.
And-
I'm not even into it, but what they accomplished there is amazing.
This kid found a hack that you can use at Disneyland.
Don't say it here. Keep it to yourself.
Oh, it's so cool.
Well, I
He
know,
can
but
make all the things do whatever he wants.
on your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's like an app, and you can. They have all these like the fighters and stuff, like all the planes and things over there. You can like download an app and like do something and make it like light up and make noises and like move a little bit.
Basically, you make your phone the button to push
Yeah.
for
pretty
things
much,
in the
like-
park.
Like whenever you want. It's kind of crazy. They have some cool stuff.
When I was a
Yeah.
kid, it was a shooting range. You had to shoot the guy at the piano if you wanted him to play the piano. Or you remember
it
that?
seems
You remember
violent.
that? You remember that?
Range was awesome.
That was
So
what.
much fun.
That was
I
the.
feel
That's
like
all
they
we
wouldn't
had.
let that happen nowadays. That would probably
No,
be
it's-
one of the first things. You're not longer allowed to shoot people.
Do you think it's not at Disneyland anymore? It just occurred to me. I
Have
wonder
you
if they
not
took it out.
Seen how they change pirates? Don't they change chase food now? Like because that was offensive to chase women.
They did.
Yeah, so I would assume shooting a man would be before the pirates.
Well, you
changed.
just shoot the
I
little
don't-
target, the little red and white target, and then he plays the piano, and the bottles go flying and all that
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't know. I was. Think that
But
would be the
it's
first
right
one to go.
across from Pirates.
Oh yeah. No. Oh, I know what you're talking
it's
about.
Pirates, Clam Chowder, and then the shooting gallery.
I think they still have it.
Oh,
Isn't
see-
it? It's like lights, right?
Mhm.
You shoot the light thing.
So you can shoot people, just you can't chase women.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a step in the right direction.
I don't know.
There was something to that. They were chasing because they were drunk guys. They were
Chasing
raping and
women.
pillaging, right? They're coming into the
Well,
town.
they
These
weren't raping
pirates.
and pillaging on the thing. They were chasing the women.
They were
trying-
implying that they were trying to rape and they were
trying
pillaging.
to get there.
They were on that stupid thing, just going in
Yes,
circles.
Yes. That would have been a whole other ride if it was raping and pillaging on the pirates.
But that's what they're. I mean, I think it's implied. We never see the dog get the keys either, but it's implied that they get out.
True. I don't know. I think that they die there. That was my.
Oh shit! Really?
The dog is-
You're right.
dog.
You're right. They do die there, don't they?
Yeah, I think they die.
But then at some point they added Johnny from the movie to it.
Depp?
Depp. They added
Yes.
Johnny Depp all over the ride.
Yeah, they did. I've heard that I was watching an interview with him that he actually like went in the ride and was pretending to be one of the things.
That happened. There's video of that.
And like nobody thought it was, like no one knew it was him. They're just like taking video, like
Yeah,
no one
because
knew it
he
was
looks
him.
exactly like the wax figure. He was in the Sparrow makeup. So he was popping out of the places where he normally would pop out. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like
Nobody knew that anything different.
That's hilarious.
Jim Carrey when he was doing one of those movies. I think it was The Grinch or whatever. But he
Yeah.
came running out of the Psycho house once with a knife as like Norman Bates, like just between takes because they were up on the hill.
He filmed Dr. Seuss there. Oh wait, no.
That's the one I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
Whoville or whatever that one was. It was during that time, but it was in the same place and whatever the fuck. He came running down
That would
as
be fun.
as Norman Bates and like up to the tram and everything with a
Oh,
knife.
that would be so cool.
Now they just do it. It's part of the tram. But he started.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now there's like a guy that they pay to look like Norman Bates.
Yeah,
They
I've
carry a
seen
body
that.
or something.
That's a fun little experience, that Universal Studios tram ride.
It's cool because that's the real shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of neat. Like, oh, that's the real Psycho House.
I kind of got bummed because I watched Backdraft today, and remember they used to have the Backdraft thing in
Yes.
Universal Studios.
It's where
Like, that was
Mario is
cool.
now.
Yeah, but
One
that
of
was
the
such
be-
a
that-
cool little thing to go in there and they like create the fire.
I almost said that as my favorite movie earlier when
Oh,
you
really?
when you asked favorite movies. Yeah,
That's a
because
good one.
I think that is one of those perfect films.
Yeah.
And Ron Howard.
Yeah.
My dad was a firefighter, so I used to watch it with
Oh.
him. So there's that emotional
That's
thing too.
awesome.
But it's just a really good arc.
Well, Ron Howard in general is just fabulous.
Talk about something traumatic in the beginning.
Yeah.
When did you just watch this last? When was it?
Today.
Oh, really?
I watch when I'm working. I put movies on in the background, and I just watched it today.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's not quite the same experience. We put it up on the big screen and made it all dark and everything. I go, wow, I don't think I saw this in the theater. It's such a good movie.
So I will let you know, in Thousand Oaks, they had a thing a couple years ago where they did a screening of Back to the Future on the big screen, and not McFly, but
The professor.
the professor was there, the real guy. What's his name?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd was there, and they did like a Q&A afterwards, and we're talking about all this behind the scenes stuff. So we got to watch it like in the first couple of rows next to Christopher Lloyd and his wife, like at
Lisa.
yeah, it was so cool. It's amazing how watching things on the big screen is so much better. There's so many things that I forgot that are funny that when you watch it on a little screen you miss. But when you're watching on the big screen, it was a completely different movie.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I
Totally
just
agree.
watched The Godfather for the first time at Cinépolis on the big screen.
How was it?
It was fabulous.
Did you like it previous?
I'd never seen it before.
What?
No,
You'd never seen it?
never seen The Godfather.
I don't know that I've ever seen it all the way through because I don't know that I'm a fan.
So I watched the
Even though I know that's sacrilege to some people.
So I watched the TV show about The Godfather
Yes.
prior to, and so I was like totally looking for the horse's head because it was actually a real horse's head that got
Heard
by
that.
the mob and stuff. So you have to
Wait,
watch
it was really gotten by the mob?
Yes. You have to watch the TV show
I know,
about
everybody
it
says that.
and then go to the movie.
Everybody says that.
It was
All
it
right.
was
Got
it
a list
changed
here,
the
Sasha.
thing. I know.
God damn it. What's the name of the show? I forget. Whatever, the
I'm sure
Godfather
it's,
show.
Yeah, it's actually it's a cool like because it gives you like a lot of the like what they went through to make it, and I mean they went through some stuff. The mob was not happy about that movie getting made.
No.
No,
No.
no. Did we just had our moment? No.
No, I mean like so for Sopranos. I heard they were not the biggest fan of the East Coast mobs either.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of while they didn't copy anything, there were parallels enough, I guess.
I think there's been a few movies like what is it? Is it American Me that was made about the jail system and the mob and stuff in there, and they were super.
Oh,
like,
I know what
did
you're talking
people
about.
Die because they. I think
People
they
always
killed
die.
people.
Oh,
that's
for
true.
sure.
But I think they like there was a big controversy over that one too because they were talking about like things that happened in the prison system and how they were getting things in, and
It was the privatization of the prison system, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing. I did see that, yeah.
it was a crazy movie.
What did you just say? We got to find out what the name of that
Oh,
damn
the
show
Godfather
is.
show. It's great.
Usually when Mike's here, he knows all these things or looks them up for us. But I
Oh,
think he's
really?
occupied tonight. Father show. The Offer.
Yes.
Yeah, The Offer.
I mean, they went through so much. Like, they did not want. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on anybody's name. Who's the younger guy that's.
James Caan,
No.
Robert De Niro.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
They did not want him in the movie.
Really?
No. They wanted all these other people. So
That's
they
the one
had
that
to
made
like
his
put this
career.
whole thing. I don't know. Watch the show.
I
And then
will.
when you go to watch the movie, I'm just like waiting for these scenes to
I
happen.
still haven't seen it. The Offer.
Oh,
I've
you
seen
haven't?
The Godfather, but I love The Godfather, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, you have to.
Offer yet.
You have to watch that and then go back and watch the movie because you're looking for those key parts.
Mm.
You know, it's things that they did to like make certain things like, you know, the actors look surprised. And I loved it.
I'm a huge young Al Pacino fan. Dog Day Afternoon. Did you see that one? Where they robbed the bank in New York?
No.
So good.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check that out.
So good. All right, so we got to download The Offer. Chef, Sweet Valley High. Got that.
You have to look really hard to see me on Sweet Valley High.
November 5th is the first one? No.
October 21st. So we're finishing up tickets on Monday. So it'll be, it's going to be a great event.
For Festival of Automobiles.
Festival of Automobiles. So if you go to festivalofautomobiles.com or you can go to my Instagram, SoCalCars, and I have a link to Festival of Automobiles on there. And then on November 5th, so the Festival of Automobiles you have to register for because we're limited on parking and we're making people, you know, pay the donation to attend. The November 5th event, you can just show up. We're just asking for people to bring canned food or like necessities for the homeless shelter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you say where the 5th one is?
That's the one at Haggerty.
Oh, right, at Garage and Social. Perfect.
Not the Culver City one.
No. We got to the bottom of that. The location, like the actual setup they have there, however they've set up their little club side, I love it. That how it's all sort of like based after a house. You know, there's the kitchen and the dining room and everything. Freaking awesome place to hang out.
It's so cool, and it's a great parking lot. Like I think that we can fit like 250 to 300 cars.
You could probably fit 1,000 cars. That parking lot is huge.
It's so big.
Massive.
Yeah.
That area, like that's
It's like multiple soccer fields. Speaking of soccer fields.
Yeah. So it makes it nice too because, you know, anytime we host an event, we usually get like 300 plus cars, but a lot of times, you know, we run out of space, so then we have to turn people away, which is never a favorable thing to do. But that one, I mean, it's like if we fill, of course, I don't know. I mean, we've had so much interest in that event, we might fill up again.
Well, I think you will.
Yeah.
Don't you fill up most of your?
I always
Anytime
fill up.
I was at the other one you used to throw that shall not be named, it was always packed. I mean, like
Yeah.
packed. Like I was grateful that you had a spot for us packed.
Well, of course. I'd make people move. Tyler would move first. Be like, Tyler, get out of here. Make room for them.
Somebody, I think they must be responding to the show maybe live because there's a picture of an old car that confirmed doesn't feel safe. Still great. Old Porsches are light and unsafe. Also, people tend to move out of the way of my green car. This is from Uber Yo-Yo. Oh, his green car is a 718 Spider in Viper green.
Oh, yeah.
So people do get out of the way of that.
Oh,
for sure.
really?
That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe it's certain colors. I don't know. It's just so bizarre.
I feel like you have some kind of different color that would stand out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
We didn't even finish your cars because you've got a 911.
Oh, I've got the 911 wide body. The
964.
The 964.
Is yours a Carrera 4 or 2?
Yeah, Carrera 4.
Carrera 4, okay.
So they only
but
made
with
like
that
267 of them.
no tail, full wide body.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good looking.
It was funny because Bruce Meyer, which is like, you know Bruce, obviously. He's like the nicest human ever.
And automotive royalty here in Los
Automotive
Angeles.
royalty. And it was funny because I took my 964 to Malibu, and he's all, is that from the factory like that? He's all,
Because it looks too good.
Yeah.
And
So-
people don't know about it. How many did they make?
267. Yeah. So it's.
Were they made, like, did people spec the option? Or did the factory just made X amount and they went wherever they went?
The story I heard about the car was that they were making cars for the anniversary edition, but there was the economy sucked in Europe. And so basically they took a bunch of those cars, removed the anniversary badge, and then delivered them to the United States and turned them into a Carrera 4 wide body.
You're shitting me.
No.
So it's a... That's right. I decided 90 minutes in, I'm going to start shitting you. That's really, really wild. So
Yeah.
they're sort of like homologated, even though not for racing.
Yeah. So you have like the turbo body because they were supposed to be turbos, but not turbo cars. So, yeah.
So could you... I mean, not that you would want to, not that anybody would want to change it, but someone could pull the four-wheel drive out of the front, the front-wheel drive out of the front, and then make it just a rear wheel. I mean, did they?
don't
There is no two-wheel drive version of that car, right? They made just this four.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
it's
from what I
super
know.
cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's super, super fun. Then I have my redneck car, the 77 Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit.
Dude, it's the coolest. It's the coolest.
It's so funny because all of my cars have like a community, you know. So you have like the Honda boys when I'm in the ITR, and they pull up, and so when you see a Honda person, this is it. That's the acknowledgement
the nod?
that you're cool. You just get a little.
Oh, it's a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm doing it cool enough. They look cooler when they do it.
But there's no like.
No. It's
We're out the window like, I like your car. What's up?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. When I drive the 77 and I'm in downtown LA, I am a fan with the homeless. The homeless come running by my car and they're like, I used to drive that in the 70s. Like, huge fan of like the homeless, people running around all over the place, the streets of LA. You've been with me, right?
Yeah, no,
I think
Huge
it,
fans.
I think
Huge
it,
fans.
it may be a Porsche thing where no matter where you pull it, and somebody tells you they used to have one. Like
Oh, really?
just like you're good, the gas station, the
Yeah.
convenience store, whatever it is. You're like, oh, I used to have one of these.
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Porsche community is like different. Like they're so, because you have like the GT, RS version of Porsches, and they have the purist Porsches.
That is different.
Completely different type of people.
It's a wide gamut.
Yes.
Where do you fit in?
I don't know. I'm kind of more of a purist.
Hmm.
When I have like
'Cause
my
you have
car
a
hasn't been
low-numbered
modified,
car.
and I don't want to modify it, so I'm probably more on that side. But I do appreciate.
But that's because of the car you own. If you didn't
Yeah.
have such a limited edition, specific,
But
special
I bought
car.
that car because of that. So.
So you wouldn't have one otherwise.
Right.
I see.
Yeah, like my Acura Integras, I haven't modified it or done any of that kind of stuff. It's all, So most of my cars I love like the way they came. Like I would never mess with the Lambo because I'm just, I love the way Lamborghini did it. Like it's just,
Right.
to me, it's car perfection.
Right.
And they spent a lot of money figuring out how to do that. And I don't think I'm smarter than them.
And then you get like somebody like us and we just monkey with it.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you think that's good? Let me show you.
Let me show you what I'll do. You Germans know nothing.
No. Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about the 911 is it's like Legos, right? It's just, oh, here's the platform and you can just bolt stuff to it.
Yeah. If I had a car that was already modded, I would totally mess with it and do all sorts of stuff.
But your
Like the
ITR
80
is modded, isn't it? Isn't
I
your
mean-
Integra modded?
It's the only change is the gearing. That's the only change, and I can put it back.
Okay.
So everything else is it's actually back in the day there was Honda Tuning magazine, and it's the one they put on the magazine. So I have the magazines with my car on it and everything too.
Cool.
Yeah. So like I guess one of the writers or something he used to own it.
And were they covering in the story that they had changed the gearing and it's better because or whatever? Or was that
I
just
should
coincidental?
read the article about it, shouldn't I? That sounds like such a great idea. Maybe
Must have had
they
a lot of
do.
pictures.
I don't read. So I watch movies. Come on. You probably could learn things. I learn things from like my friends. They're like, I was reading the manual about a Lambo and did you know? And I was like, no, I did not read the manual to learn out anything. I figure it out by screwing up or not screwing up.
Yeah, also, there's not that much to it. I mean, you're an adult and you've had cars before.
It's debatable if I'm an adult.
All right. Well, we have done the time. Obviously, the 2 car shows, Festival of Automobiles, and then what's the other one called? Is there a name to it yet? Just Cars and Coffee.
It's a Thanksgiving drive is kind of what we're calling it. The coolest car show in SoCal, maybe
That's
we'll
what it's
call
called.
it
It's
that.
called
Yeah,
the
we'll
coolest car show in
call-
SoCal.
Yeah, that's what everyone else
Way
is
cooler
calling
than
it.
Good Vibes is
It's like when
definitely
you
what I've
create
heard.
your own nickname. Yeah, that's what people are saying about it.
I've got a question for you. Do you consider Good Vibes a car show?
Yeah.
You do.
Is
Okay.
that, well, I mean, it's a car show meetup, kind of. I mean, it's when you show up there, it is a show.
I know, but it's not. But like, it was never intended to be one, so we still don't think of it as one. So I still say it's not one.
Oh, it's like when I go up there, I'm just blown away with the cars that are there.
I know. But none of them are there to pop the hood. Like, they're all people who like enjoy the drive or
Have
whatever.
You seen me pop my hood on any car show I go to? Is that a thing?
Not
It's
you.
not a Corvette
Some
show.
Some people like to pop the hood.
Oh, by the
Oh,
way,
you know what? That's a mod thing.
yes,
That's
it
people
is a
who mod.
Yeah. I mean, like my Lambo, if I pop it because it's a spider, it'd be like this little tiny fraction of the car that you could see.
Yeah, and a 911 is just there's a fuel
Yeah.
filler and an oil filler. That's
Right.
it, or oil and windshield washer
By
fluid.
the way, we're gonna have some really cool stuff at the November 5th. Pininfarina is bringing out their hypercar and the B95 that they have, so we're gonna have some amazing cars out there.
For a regular old Cars and Coffee, the coolest one in all of SoCal.
You named it.
All right, so that's what's going on. How do people follow both of you?
I'm SoCalCars on Instagram.
And I'm charging through on Instagram.
With a U,
Yeah, with a U. It's all slang.
like through street, like through
Yes.
traffic. THRU.
I didn't teach him how to spell. We just did drive-throughs all the time. He thinks that's the way it's spelled.
You're bit. Terrible. I've got my work cut out for me. We, by the way, are going to watch Birdcage this weekend. Second Chance Theater. Let's all do it together. Everybody watch Birdcage. I think it's on Netflix or something. It was someplace available to watch it for free.
Why are we watching it?
Because I didn't like it when it. I've never liked it.
It's not good.
I agree with you. So, but the rest of the world loves it. Like, it's kind of unanimous.
It's not even funny, and I love Robin Williams. It's not
I
funny.
am so with you previously, but I'm going to watch it again because I am an adult and I'm willing to change my opinion on things now. And I'm also willing to not change my opinion if I feel the same about it. We'll see what happens. But there's a new segment called Second Chance Theater where we hate watch. And this week we're doing Birdcage. So see you back here on Tuesday when we discuss whether or not I like the Birdcage. Well, I don't know if this segment will work or not. It's just an idea. We're trying it. We didn't do Instagram Live. Got to get back to that. Didn't do it. Thank you to you guys for being here. Go check out their shows.
That sounded so authentic.
I will. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you to you guys also. And thank you to these guys for being here. I'm
You're
sorry.
still here.
I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. We've done like 500 and something of these episodes, and I'm still not very good at the
Still
job.
getting started.
And obviously, huge thanks to Sasha and Tyler, both SoCalCars and Charging Through, for being here. Are you guys amped like I am? Like and subscribe. Ring the bell.
I expect that every time.
Here, you want to throw a pencil?
Oh, where do I throw it?
Anywhere you want.
I don't want to hit her.
Well, anywhere
Have
but
you
her.
seen me throw?
Anywhere but her.
Lots of room.
Thank you. That was so difficult.
But wasn't it totally worth it?
It was kind of. I like the noise.
Who doesn't love pushing a button? Okay, so tomorrow we're up at GVBC, right? And thank you to Reggie Watts for mentioning, I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or not, for mentioning Good Vibes on Joe Rogan Experience podcast today. Pretty crazy. Thanks for mentioning us. Sunday, Galpin Car Show. See you there. We will be at the, what is called the VIP Porsche display. I don't know what that means. But if you ask somebody where that is, that's where we'll be on Sunday. And next week, we're back here with Mr. Magnus Walker. So that's what's going on.
And County Line is on Saturday if anybody wants to go.
County Line.
County Line Cars.
Love
and
those
Coffee.
guys.
Yeah.
County Line on Saturday up at,
Westlake Promenade.
that's where they're doing it now?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the permanent home now for the foreseeable?
For the foreseeable, yep.
Okay.
We never say permanent in the car world
Well,
anymore, do we?
they've got a good problem. They keep outgrowing their places.
Yeah.
So that's a good problem.
No, they do. Yeah. And they're great people, like amazing people.
Yeah. I started going there when they first did it at that car storage place.
Westlake
Oh,
Autoscape.
yeah.
Right. I was there.
Had the DeLorean in there.
Did we meet there?
Maybe that's where we started having fun.
I'm sure you remember more than I.
Why? Why would you say that? What the hell does that mean?
I'm just teasing. Because I made the joke that you were a fan from my...
Oh, a fan of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was
because
obsessed.
From the Sweet Valley High show, that's how
That's
you
right.
knew.
I knew her from somewhere.
I
Where
saw
do I know
in
her
the
from?
background.
13-year-old me knows her so hard. Swan's Crossing was another one from that same time period. Sarah Michelle Gellar was on Swan's Crossing. Remember
I
that?
didn't see that.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to think of the other shows that were... Was Sweet Valley High the one with the twins? It was
Yeah,
the
it
one
was
with the
one
twins.
with the twins. Yeah, that's the... Because I couldn't remember.
And the twins were the Daniels girls. One of them's on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Brittany Daniels.
I never watched it. My mom had a buck, and I was turned off
Quality
immediately.
TV.
Let's see if I got this right.
The Sweet Valley High.
This will be the last thing we check before we go. Sweet Valley. And I'm sure they brought this back at some point, so we're going to have to go to the OG. 94 TV series.
Yeah, it's got the twins on it. I'm literally like so background in it, like you will never find me.
Yes, Brittany Daniel and Cynthia Daniel, the twins. Brittany Daniel is the one that's on It's Always Sunny with Philadelphia. Why do I keep... It's Always Sunny with Philadelphia.
Isn't it always sunny in
It's always
Philadelphia?
sunny.
It is, but I'm saying it wrong because I'm broken or something. I have no idea what the problem is. I was
This
dropped
was
as a
fun,
good.
though. Thank you very much for having us.
She's
you
like,
guys.
wrap it up. We did it. The show's over. I'm just trying to look up your IMDb at the same time. All right, so Sweet Valley High.
Yeah.
How many episodes did you do?
Just a couple.
All right.
Yeah, I was not.
Do you have a clip?
Yeah, I keep it on. I keep it on my camera. No,
We love you guys. We love everybody else. Please love one another, and we'll see you out there.
thank you.
You good?
Yes, we're good.
See you.